Hello, the Keto family. Welcome back. On tonight's menu, mini meatloaf muffins. These little guys are so cute and so tasty, but best of all, they can be made up in about half an hour. That makes them perfect for a weeknight meal or meal prepping for the week. If this is your first time with us, it's great having you. Consider subscribing and hitting that bell icon so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Alright guys, as I promised, this is a really quick recipe that's super simple to make. You can use it on the weekends when you're meal prepping for the week, if you're just trying to find something quick to make for dinner that night. As long as you have everything on hand and thawed out, there's nothing faster. I'm going to start by making the barbecue sauce. This is just a basic barbecue sauce. You can use it in any way you use a regular barbecue sauce. If you saw recently, I posted a chicken tender recipe that this would also be really great to dip those in. Alright, how we're going to do this. I have 1.5 cups of sugar-free ketchup. No, I didn't make my own ketchup this time. I just bought the Heinz sugar-free version. I was short on time this week. I got 1.5 tablespoons of Swerve brown sugar. Now this you adjust to your taste and how you like it. If you like things sweeter, you can add more. If you don't like them as sweet, just add a little bit. But for me and my family, I just put 1.5 tablespoons into 1 cup of sugar-free ketchup. And then next just comes a teaspoon of dry mustard powder. Alright, next we're just going to do a couple of dashes over, I never know how to say this, Worcestershire sauce. Someone correct me, tell me the proper way to say it, please. Alright, you just mix that together. Okay, so I just tasted it and I just think it needs a little something else, so I put just a couple sprinkles of garlic powder in there, nothing too crazy. Alright, that's it. This tastes great. So we're just going to set that aside for now and we'll start the meatloaves. I got 1.5 pounds of ground beef. You can use whatever percentage ground beef you want. This is 80-20. I like to get a little bit higher fat content because I find, personally, I'm not getting enough fat during the day for the keto diet, so I try to get it in where I can. So that's why I get the 80-20. If you're more comfortable with the leaner ground beef, whatever works best for you. Alright, so 1.5 pounds of the ground beef. I have 1 cup of the pork rinds that I crush up. I just give them a big container at Sam's Club. Put them in a Zip-Up bag. I crush with a meat mallet. You can buy the pork rind breadcrumbs like on Amazon, but they are mad expensive. It's much cheaper to buy them and just crush them yourself. It just takes a minute. Alright, 1 egg. And as a reminder, the recipe, everything that I'm using today will be down below just in case I don't say, something. I got 1/4 cup of chopped onions. I have 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. Now, my little tip, guys, I don't keep grated Parmesan cheese on hand. I have the shredded Parmesan cheese because I use it that way in a lot of other recipes. So for this, I just put it in my NutriBullet and ground it down, measured out what I needed. So for the 1/4 cup of the grated Parmesan cheese, it came to be a little less than 1/2 cup of the shreds. FYI, in case you needed to use that. And then here's my seasoning. So this is going to be 1/2 teaspoon respectively of each of the seasonings. I had pink Himalayan sea salt, cracked black pepper, garlic powder, and then if you've seen any of my other videos, I'm a big fan of the no salt because of the potassium content, so I always add that to my recipes. Last ingredient is going to be 1/3 cup of tomato paste. Alright, give me just a second to get all this mixed together. Alright guys, so I found the spoon just wasn't working for me, so I had to get dirty with it and use my hands. Let me wash up and we'll get on to the next step. Alright, before we put that into the muffin pan, this is something I personally like to do, is I'll put a little bit of the sauce in the bottom of each cup. It really serves two purposes. One, you'll thank me later when your muffins don't stick as bad to the muffin pan and you're cleaning it in the sink. And two, it really helps add a good burst of flavor all throughout it. Because it seeps up the sides after you put the meat in. It's just terrific. So you're just putting 1 tablespoon in each cup. Maybe not even a whole tablespoon. Just whatever, enough to get the bottom coated. Alright, now we're going to fill the tins with some of the meat. You don't have to get your hands dirty with this. If you don't want to, you can use a spoon. It's just, I find this to be fastest. Alright, just push it down enough to make it pretty and move on. All right, that's it. I'm gonna finish all these cups and I'll be right back with you. All right, so those are all packed in there beautifully. Once again, my hands are a hot mess. Let me wash them and I'll be right back. All right, so now to finish these up, I'm gonna drop a little bit of the remaining sauce on top of each one. Meanwhile, I have preheated the oven at 350 degrees. I don't think I mentioned that yet. Now, in the nutritional card that's going to be at the end of this, I will point out that we're saying that since this made 12 muffins, I'm saying 6 servings, 2 muffins per serving. Just be aware of that. Don't think you can eat, you know, half of these and be at that same amount. Just watch your macros. Because this tomato paste does like to pack in the carbs. All right, guys, so those are all ready to go into the oven. Like I said, at 350 for 20 minutes. I'll see you guys back in 20 minutes. All right, guys, so these little gems just came out of the oven after the 20 minutes that they were in. And this next step is optional. My family loves it when I do this. Is I'll take some cheese, sprinkle it on top, and I'll pop it back in the oven for, 3 to 5 minutes, just enough to melt the cheese down. And their favorite is sharp cheddar. Use whatever cheese you prefer, really. And that's the rest of dinner. So to expedite things and make sure dinner is actually on the table in half an hour, I went ahead and I steamed up some broccoli and I tossed the salad real quick. And that'll be a nice healthy dinner for us tonight. I'll try to get as many greens in there as possible. Those healthy cruciferous vegetables. For those of you keto, you know you need all the fiber you can get, otherwise you might have issues later. So we get all in that we can. I'll pop these back in the oven for just a couple minutes to melt them down, and then it'll be all done. It's hot though, be careful. Alright guys, so the cheese is all melted, it just came out of the oven. These guys are perfect. Look how easily they just come out of the muffin pan, just like that. Putting that sauce down first really helps give that little bit of a barrier. And that's it. Dinner's on the table in 30 minutes. Or if you're meal prepping, let these cool down, put them in Tupperwares for the week, and you're good to go. Alright guys, it's great to have you. Don't forget all the nutritional information will be at the end of this video. Make sure you give me a thumbs up down below. Helps other people find my content. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.